I'm just going to give a few minutes for people to pop on. You see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like the way this looks in my house. Looks good, right? Mm-hmm. The lighting is good. Hello, hi, Delilah. Thank you for being here. We are going live from my house today. We're testing out different locations the last couple weeks. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Lori. Hey, Marcos, Annette, Desiree. Thank you guys for being here. I'm excited for this live today. Good morning. Good morning. Gorgeous as usual. Thank you, Tracy. That's so sweet. Okay, you're saying good morning. So where are you? Because I'm noon here. So you must not be in my part of my neck of the woods. From Denmark. Hey, Mina. Hey, Rebecca. Hello. So we are in a new spot today, you guys. We're at my house. I wanted to stream live, if you guys remember last week, from my house, but my daughter was sick. So we're giving it a try today. We're trying out different locations and kind of see what the best location is. But I kind of like the way this looks, like the lighting and everything. I feel like this looks good as long as my dogs are on their best behavior. It's evening here. Just had dinner. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you could join. From Maryland. Lori, how's the weather in Maryland? We are getting warm weather in Austin. I was telling Michelle and Maria, who were here with me, that last night my house I've had the heater on in my house, right? Because it's been cold, but the heater doesn't kick on unless it actually drops, the temperature in the house drops cold. Anyway, long story short, my house was 80 degrees yesterday because it was so warm outside. Chilly, but better. That's good. Just bought the new lash curler. Awesome. Thank you. I hope that you love it. I'm in Calgary, minus 40 degrees. Oh my gosh. I was in Calgary about 7 years ago. My best friend got married in Lake Louise. We were there in January, so it was cold like I have never experienced before, but it was beautiful. Okay, you guys, I'm excited. I'm gonna give maybe another minute and then we're gonna get started. Today we're doing a full face of makeup by Mario. I posted on my community tab yesterday asking you guys, or maybe it was Sunday, asking, I kind of listed a few brands and I was asking for your feedback to see which brand you wanted to see me do a full face of. It was actually kind of close. Makeup by Mario was the clear winner, but it was, there were a few other brands on there that had some high ratings. So maybe we'll try some others in the future. Let me know, just let me know what brands you guys want to see. This was fun. I had a lot of Makeup by Mario products already, but I did have to go into Sephora yesterday and pick up a few things to just allow me to do a full face. So 81 in Arizona. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. Camilla, are you in Hawaii? You said aloha, so I'm thinking you might be in Hawaii. I would love to know what is the difference between his neutral palettes. Yeah, I have a few of his palettes here. Actually, I have 3 of them. So, okay, let's go ahead and kick it off and get started. We're a few minutes into this. A few things. You guys just keep on commenting, asking your questions. I'm going to be, reading them as I go. I've got Michelle here. Michelle is here. She's going to be chiming in as me. So if you see Lisa J makeup commenting, she'll just provide any information. Like if I say, hey guys, if someone asks where my earrings are from and you guys want a link, she'll drop a link there. All right, let's kick it off. I am excited. Oh, Melissa was on her BK Live. Oh, Melissa, our winner from last week. We are going to be doing a giveaway. I'm glad I just saw your comment, Melissa. We're going to be doing another giveaway this week. So at the end of the giveaway, we will randomly choose a winner, and I'm going to send a box of kind of goodies, PR goodies that I get, along with some BK goodies. Okay, so what is the flowery thing you got on your hair? This is just a headband. We actually had these made. It's a BK Beauty on them, but yeah, it's just a headband. Okay. Brushes. Oh, I need brushes. I don't have brushes. Yeah, they're in my bathroom. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, I have to stop. I gotta talk a little more. I forgot to grab makeup brushes. And I can't do this with my fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna answer some of your questions. Where are your earrings from? They are from Dean Davidson. And we'll put a little link in the description box for them. I think I got these in a little trio set. I don't know if they sell these individually, but I got a little gift box and it had 3 earrings and this was one of the pairs. And I think I have a discount code for Dean Davidson, right? It's Lisa 20. I think it's Lisa 20 or Lisa, oh my goodness, my dogs. Okay, my dog. So we'll put that discount code. It'll get you 15 or 20% off the site. Say hi to Mila, everybody. Mila girl. I had to keep her in the bathroom because they're crazy. And if the mailman comes, she's gonna bark. Will you put her up? Okay. Oh my gosh. How funny. Have you ever been to Albania? I've never been to Albania. Thanks, Kelly. I'm excited to do lives too. They're so fun. You know, I started doing lives last year on TikTok, like the last half of the year, and I'm excited to be doing them on YouTube. To be quite honest, you guys, YouTube is my favorite platform. It's where I started, and I just love YouTube. Does anyone hate the packaging on the House Labs foundation? I love the product, but it's so messy. The House Labs foundation. I'm trying to think of what that is like. That I love that foundation. I've never noticed the packaging, but now I will. I don't have peers here, so it's academic. I'm new here. What kind of videos do you do? I do mostly beauty content. So makeup, beauty, hair, skin. I'm also the founder of BK Beauty Brushes, so you'll see a lot of BK Beauty here on my channel. Okay, quick question about the Merit Solar Shadows. Do you experience them drying out quickly? I'm glad you asked that, Maria, because someone else said that on my post yesterday that they had 4 that dried out really quickly. So the lids on those, you have to really tighten it, and you will feel it actually like snap shut. And you need to make sure it's snapped shut, because if you don't, they'll dry out and it's very easy to overlook that. So I have had 1 or 2 that I've noticed dried out, and then I realized that I have to like totally turn it and snap it shut. So that's probably what it is. There was another question that do I still do keratin treatments? I don't. I haven't done a keratin treatment on my hair in a couple of years. Yes, beauty content. I'd like a stick that drips before you can get anywhere, like on a brush or even your face. Okay, you guys. Hi from India. You guys, I'm sorry, I cannot believe I forgot brushes. I have all these products here. They're grabbing some makeup brushes now for me. I love the RMS cream eyeshadows. No one talks about it. Everyone loves that brand. RMS is a really great, clean cosmetic brand. I should probably do a full face of RMS Beauty. I've tried a few of their products and I've enjoyed them, and I've heard just amazing things about their brand overall. Okay, you guys. I love the iris cream shadows. No, oh yeah, I just read that comment. Okay. Thank you, guys. Who noticed that I forgot brushes? Was it Michelle? Did you notice? Oh my goodness, this is my brain. I feel like as I get older, my memory and my brain cells are deteriorating. Okay, now let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Makeup by Mario foundation, the Surreal Skin. I have this shade 8N. I actually forgot that I owned this, and I went yesterday to buy the shade, and then I found it this morning in my drawer of foundations. And I remember really enjoying this. It's been a while since I've used it. So it's almost gonna be like a first impression here, because I honestly forget what I thought about it. I'm pretty sure I liked it, but it's been a while. I'm gonna do 1 pump. This is what the shade looks like. It is kind of thick in consistency, like it's moving a little bit, but it's not sliding down the hand. So it's got some density to it. I'm actually gonna go in with my special 106 brush. This was actually gifted to me from a subscriber. She bedazzled my favorite foundation brush, the 106. Isn't that so pretty? So I'm gonna go in and apply this foundation, and I'm gonna start in the center of my face like I always do, just to kind of let you guys know what I have on my skin now. I just have my normal skincare products, and then I have my Elastin Hydra Tint SPF. So that heart has a little bit of a tint to it, but not a lot of coverage. I had a dentist appointment this morning, and I needed to put something on my skin to give a little bit of color. Okay, yes, thank you, Lori. We're blocking that now. Sorry, that's why I have Michelle and Maria here to help me, but they had to run and grab me brushes. Isn't the bedazzle brush so cute? So cute. I love it. They also made one for Nikki LaRose. They sent her a couple. So sweet. So I'm going to show you guys the comparison of sides before I go to the next side and apply the foundation, so you guys can see the coverage and the finish. It's giving a really skin-like finish with a little bit of radiance. So you can see kind of how the light is bouncing off. I have a big natural light, a window here of natural light, and then I do have a little tiny light above me, but what you're really seeing is that natural light. So you can see how it reflects light and gives that really pretty glow. I'm gonna apply a little on the forehead, and then I'll let you guys see the 2 sides. This color, by the way, looks to be a perfect match. And again, that shade that I have on is 8N, 8 neutral. It's funny because when I bought this in store yesterday, I actually brought home 5 neutral. So when I saw that I already had this and that I had the shade 8, I was like, I'm glad I didn't open that 5, because that would have been a terrible match. I love how your sweater brings, oh, thank you. It is from Lululemon, actually. I love this little sweater. It actually has little zippers right here on the sides. They're very discreet, but you can unzip them and like keep your hands in there to warm them up. Okay, so let's compare the two sides. So this is no foundation, just my Elastin Hydro Tint. So obviously you can kind of see little freckles, a little bit of sun damage. This is the kind of a light layer of the foundation. So definitely more evened out. Not full coverage though. You can still see the skin through it, but honestly, this is about as much coverage as I like. I don't really usually go for full coverage on most days. This to me is good enough. This is really, really pretty. I'm gonna go in and apply the other side. Do you think the foundation would be good for mature skin? I do, Beth. I definitely think it would be good for mature skin because it's very skin-like. It gives a little bit of a glow. It doesn't feel or look heavy at all. I think the key is just not over applying it because it is a bit of a thicker consistency. So as long as you don't over apply it, should be good. And of course, making sure that you prep your skin just before applying it. So make sure you apply moisturizer or any primers that you use like shortly before applying the foundation. You don't want to apply it on like bone dry skin. So good. Okay, I'm gonna apply a little bit on the forehead. And I pumped out a full pump, but I'm not going to use that full pump. I'm going to leave that because I don't really need it. This is really pretty. I think I remember testing this out in the summer or a warmer month, and I think that's why I didn't like, I think that's why I didn't really like fall in love with it, because this is to me a really great foundation for drier climates, cooler months. But for me, I live in Texas and it's so hot in the summer, so I'm usually going for full-on matte foundations in the summertime. I usually don't like anything with the glow in the summer because I just look really sweaty and greasy after a couple hours. Okay, are my lives Tuesdays or Wednesdays? Thanks for asking. Good. I've had them both. We're really trying to lean on Tuesdays being the official day for YouTube lives. We had a week or two where we had to change that up just to like scheduling conflicts, but Tuesdays are going to be the day. And 11 or 12 is kind of when we've been going. What's a better time for you guys? Just drop a little comment. Let me know if 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. Central Time. So works for you guys. I'm on the hunt for a good primer. So Jill, what kind of skin do you have? I'm trying to think of like my favorite primer. I actually love the Dior Face and Body. Is it called Face and Body? No, it's called the Dior Backstage is what it's called. Dior Backstage Primer. It's a plumping primer. So it's really great for dry skin, or if you have texture to the skin, it's really great because it'll plump up fine lines and just make the skin look really plump and supple before you put foundation on. Okay. What foundation is that? Lori, it's the Surreal Skin Foundation, and I'm wearing the shade 8N, and we're gonna have everything linked in the description with the shades, and we're also gonna tag everything on YouTube Shopping, so you can shop it through the YouTube Shopping, or you can shop it in the links in the description box. Okay, so for concealer, I had two of his concealers. They're the same formula, but just different shades. I have the shade 180 and the shade 220. I think 220 is the shade that I wear. Let me see. Let me swatch these so you guys can see. I do like his concealer a lot. It's very great coverage. A little bit goes a long way. It's not a real heavy formula and it lasts all day. So this is a good concealer. I do like it. Okay, so this is the shade 180 and this is the shade 220. You can see 220 is definitely more peach. So if you have really dark circles, you want to go with a concealer that has more peach tones to it because that's going to neutralize and cancel out the darkness. We're going to use that one. I'm going to use that one today. 220. Il Makiage Primer. I need to try their foundation. That has been on my list of products to try for like a year and I just haven't gotten around. I think I get on the website and just trying to figure out a shade is overwhelming. I think they ask a lot of questions that help you pick a shade, but I think I just get tired of all the questions but I need to try that because that is probably one of the most, I don't know if hyped up foundations is the right word, but I think so many people have interest in that foundation because their marketing, it's everywhere and their marketing is really good. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of this concealer right here in the inner corner. Oh yeah, this is such a good formula. It's very light, but full coverage. A little bit in the upper corner. What shade are you in the Dior foundation? Jenna, I'm the shade 2.5N, neutral in the Dior Forever. Jerry, I remember when you started BK. Oh, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. It's been, in some ways it feels like it was like just last year, and in some ways it feels like it was forever ago. Okay, I'm gonna go in and blend this out. I'm using the A506 concealer brush. And okay, Lori, I'm gonna read your comment. I use Duo Foundation. So do you think if I should try the Backstage Primer from, I do. I think you'd like the Backstage Primer. It's really hydrating, but it's not heavy. I think it's great for all skin types, honestly. Even if you have oily skin or combo skin, I think that it will work well for you. It's a really beautiful primer. Okay, so I'm just gonna tap underneath the eyes to blend this out. I had a little more concealer than I need, so I'm gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna run it on a little dry paper towel that I have sitting here in front of me, just to remove any excess. I pretty much always do this when I'm blending out my concealer. I'll kind of do a first little pass, and then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna remove that product off the brush just so I don't over apply concealer. But look at the coverage of that. That is so good, so good. I'm doing a bridal makeup soon. What is your favorite affordable bridal foundation for dry or normal skin? Okay, so we're thinking of bridal, so it needs to have longevity. You want it to be affordable, so I'm thinking kind of like drugstore. I would definitely lean on L'Oreal. L'Oreal, I think, makes some of the best drugstore foundations. Their infallible full wear foundation is beautiful. It's buildable coverage. It's really long wearing. It looks like skin. It's not like overly dewy and glowy, but it's also not flat and matte. That's what I would probably use or apply. Okay, you're nannying twins right now. Oh, how cute. Okay, oh, the best way to help me feel better on a day. Oh, I'm sorry you're sick. I hope you feel better. What do you know what you have? We have the flu going around over here. Our house had it a couple weeks ago, but a few people in our office had it, and it's just kind of bad here in Austin. It's everywhere. Okay, look at the coverage of that. I mean, that is insane. Isn't that insane? So good. It's almost a little too much. Like, I almost feel like it looks a little strange to have so much coverage underneath the eye. So I need to go in and add some bronzer and some dimension to the face because it looks a little too perfect, right? So good. Okay. All right, so good. I've been using the BK112 as a concealer brush. Oh, I love that. Life-changing, gives the best, smoothest, creaseless finish. Have you ever tried it for concealer? I actually have not tried it for concealer. Can you believe that? So she's talking about the 112, which is my favorite brush for blush. I think you said the 112. Yeah, the 112. I use this for blush. It's my favorite blush, but I never thought to use it for concealer. I could see how it'd be really great. Oops. I could see how it'd be really great to set underneath the eyes with powder. In fact, let's do that. Let's use the 112 for that. So I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder, and I'm in the shade 2 Neutral Light. I bought this when it first came out, which was actually pretty recently. This is a fairly new product. Let's go in with the 112 and apply this underneath the eyes. Okay, it's very mattifying for sure. It doesn't feel heavy though. It doesn't look heavy. It's very light, but it gives a very, very matte finish. Okay, so let's look at the shine right here. Let's go in and powder that, and I'll show you guys how mattifying this is. I do feel like it is smoothing and blurring out texture. I just applied it underneath my eyes, and I do feel like the under eye area is a little smoother. Let's look right here on the forehead. Hopefully you guys can see, you know, I have pores, you can see texture there, and obviously a lot of shine. Let's powder this. Okay, yeah, that just eliminated the shine and smoothed out the texture. This is good. This one is really good. I think this launched around the time another powder launched, because I remember buying this one, and I forget the other one I bought, but I remember trying out two. Yeah, that definitely mattifies, blurs texture, feels light. That one's good. I like that. Okay, let me see. Let me catch up on comments. 2 babies that are 3 months old. Oh my gosh, you have your hands full. My sister is a professional nanny. She's been a nanny for probably like 20 years. And she works with newborns. So she worked in the mother-baby unit at a hospital for like 15 years. And so she would find a lot of her families through working there. And then she would go and work with them for like the first 6 months. My eyeshadow always wears off. What should I do to help with long wear? Definitely a primer. I think the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre, if you're like light to medium skin tone, is a really great eyeshadow primer for longevity. It gives the shadow something to stick to, and it stays on all day. So I would use something like that. Okay, let's go in with brows. This is a new product I bought yesterday, and I haven't tried any of his brow products. This is the Master Blade Brow Pencil. I got the shade Honey Brunette. I didn't buy his brow gel. I was kind of on the fence, but it was just a clear brow gel. I didn't see any tinted brow gels. I might have overlooked them, but I didn't see any. And I just didn't want to buy a clear brow gel because I don't really like clear brow gels. I like brow gels that have some fiber to them and give some volume. So I skipped that. So this has a little spoolie on one side, and then on the other you have the pencil, and it's okay, so you basically slide it up right here. Can you slide down? Okay, good, you can slide down. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Kind of a thicker, larger pencil head. Let's see. Good pigment. Feels a little waxy. This is the shade. This is Honey Brunette. It's a little warmer than I normally do, but when I was using the testers at Sephora yesterday, I don't know if you guys find this, but whenever at my Sephora, I feel like all the testers are so dried out, especially with brow pencils, because you know the lids aren't put on all the way, and so I'm trying to swatch these other colors, and they're just so dry that I can't get them to go on my skin. And this was like the one that did, so I went with it. Okay. So this does feel like a drier consistency. It's not going on as smoothly as like my Benefit brow pencil. I'm getting it on, but it's not as like pigmented and creamy as some other brow pencils. I have to put a little more effort and work into it, but it looks good. It looks really good. I like the color. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. I'm gonna brush through just to soften it. Can you recommend an eyeliner that will last all day and is easy to apply? I have mature skin and most pencil liners drag on my eyelids. Judy, I just recently tested the Jones Road gel liner. They just launched it, and that one's a good one. It is a little like, it's not as creamy as some other gel liners. Once you get it on the brush and on the skin, it goes on the skin really easily, but it's a little more firm in the pot. It wears all day. And as long as you have the right brush to apply it, it'll be super easy. I actually have on Instagram a reel going up today where I'm showing you that liner, and I'm using the 208 brush on one side for like a little winged line, and then I'm using the N12 Nikki smudge brush on the other eye to give more of like a smudged kind of pencil look. So that should be up soon on Instagram, and you can kind of see that eyeliner in action with those two brushes. But that's a good one. That's very long wearing and really easy to apply. Okay, I do like that you can get a pretty fine point. Even though it's a thicker pencil, you can just lay it on its side and you get an actually nice little fine point here. So that's nice. I can tell that it's a waxier formula. Even though it feels a little drier, I can feel that it's keeping the hairs down and in place. So even though I'm not gonna use a brow gel today, I do feel like my hairs are kind of laid in place because of the formula of this pencil. So that's good. Okay, very creamy and breadfruit when they said. I'm really fair with blonde eyebrows. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. ColourPop gel liners are the bomb. I have not tried those. Hey, Adrian. I haven't tried ColourPop gel liners. I need to, that should be another full brand, full face of ColourPop. I have quite a few products, but I don't have a lot of there's so much I don't have. They have a ton of products. Okay, let's have a little tea break. Grace, the powder that I applied was the Makeup by Mario Surreal Soft Blur Setting Powder, and I'm the shade 2 Neutral Light. So are all the links already in the description box, or will they be up? Okay, so if you guys want to see any products that I've applied, if you check the description box, they're already listed and linked down there, in case I missed your comment. And Michelle just linked the Jones Road gel liner. I think they have it in black and brown. Those are the two shades that they sent me. I use brown, and brown is like it's a really rich dark brown. So it's not like a bronze or anything like that. It's like a rich, true kind of coffee brown. Okay, the skin looks good. I'm loving the skin right now. Thanks, Isabel. This is a little Lululemon. I think we have it linked down below. I like the color too. It's a nice, pretty sage green. Okay, for bronzer, you guys, I have a few different options from Makeup by Mario. I have their Soft Sculpt Bronzing Shaping Serum. I have their Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium, which is like a bronzer color for me. And then I have their cream bronzer sticks, and I have two shades, light, medium, and medium. Medium is too dark for me. I'm gonna swatch these for you just so you can see. This is light medium, and then this is medium. And I had his powder at one point, his bronzing powder, but I think I might have left it at the studio because I could not find it. So I have all the Makeup by Mario bronzers, and I'm not gonna apply them all. I think I'm gonna just use the cream stick. I'll talk to you about Actually, you know what? We'll do one on one side and then the other on the other so I can kind of share my thoughts. But this is medium, so this one's way too dark for me, but this is light medium. My favorite of these three is the stick. Kind of share my thoughts on the other two. We'll start with this Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. So this is like a really light, let me show you how light this is. So I'm really kind of picking this up with my finger. Do you see how light that is? It's very light, very glowy, very dewy. It gives a very kind of wet, dewy look to the skin. I think this product is really pretty if you are kind of going like foundation free and you just want a little bit of warmth to the skin and you want something sheer that looks very natural. This is really beautiful. I don't like this when I wear a full face of makeup like I'm gonna have on today because I feel like it just doesn't wear beautifully all day long. It's very, very creamy, so it just kind of gets a little, it doesn't play real well with when I have powder products on, I find. I find that it's best applied on like kind of a bare skin or maybe a little tinted SPF, but this isn't a product that I'm gonna apply when I want like a full glam. And kind of the same thing with this shaping serum. This was my experience with this. I was really excited about this product when it launched. This is what it's, a little serum. This definitely has a lot more pigment, so not as sheer as the little balm, but it's just very wet looking on the skin. What I like about the bronzer stick is it's creamy, but it doesn't have as much like shine and wet dewiness to the skin like the other two products do. So for wearability, I find the cream bronzer sticks just wear the best. This is really great though if you want to kind of mix it in with a foundation. You just have to be real careful not to apply too much, like if you want to kind of warm up a foundation or make it a little bit darker. But it's not real user friendly in my opinion. All right, let's go in with light medium. All right, let me take a, yes, I'm using all Makeup by Mario. Today is a full face of Makeup by Mario. The Skin Enhancer is favorite, gone through several, oh, okay, blends so well and looks beautiful. The Skin Enhancer, so is that this one? Yeah, it's this one. Yes, this one's very easy to work with. This one's very, very easy to work with. Blends really beautifully, very sheer, very easy. Okay, we'll do that one. I'll do this on one side and then I'll do this cream on the other. That way you can compare the two. Okay, and when I apply cream bronzers from sticks or cream blushes, I like to take my brush and I'm gonna use the 116 and I'm gonna take my brush and go straight to the product. This gives me more control. If I go straight to the face, I can make a lot of mistakes. I can either drag it too low, my placement can be off, or I can just apply too much product. So I'm gonna go to the brush, and I always like to kind of find my cheekbone, which starts right here. And I'm just gonna press the brush and bounce it on the skin, and this is gonna apply the product and also blend it out really easily. I'm not dragging or sweeping, I'm literally just kind of bouncing the brush on the skin. And I always like to start really soft and kind of build. I think when it comes to makeup, especially as I get older, I really find that even though I wear a lot of products, I try and keep those layers of products really light. So I might have a ton of products on, but I don't want to feel or look like I have a ton of makeup on, right? I want those layers to be really light and sheer. Okay, and then in the hairline, I will kind of sweep it just to get a really soft blend. Okay, so that's the bronzer stick, and that's blended out pretty light and sheer. You can definitely get more, more impact if you want. Let's go in with the Skin Enhancer on the other side. So for this, I'm gonna go straight into the product, and same thing. So do you see how this just gives like a really kind of wet look to the skin? Very pretty. It's really great, like I said, on days where you're not wearing a foundation or if you're gonna wear like a tinted SPF. It's very pretty, but it definitely gives more of a glow. Do you see how wet that looks versus this? You still have some glow here, but this definitely has a more kind of wet, glowy, dewy look to the skin. Someone asked me the other day, what's the difference between like radiant and dewy? And to me, dewy is where the skin looks wet. Like if you touch it, it looks and feels like you'll have cream products there. Where radiance is kind of more like your light is glowing from within, right? It's like more of a subtle glow. To me, dewy looks like a product on top of the skin, where radiance is kind of like your skin is just beaming. It's glowing. So there's the difference. This is the Soft Sculpt, and this is the cream bronzer. What other foundations would you compare the Makeup by Mario to? That's a good question. Let's take a look and let me see. I feel like it's kind of giving me the same look, feeling, and finish as the House Labs. Honestly, the House Labs is a little bit more radiant, but they both are really beautiful skin-like foundations. Um, okay. Oh, thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on, you guys. Blush. So for blush, I have one of his cream blushes. I couldn't find it. So we're gonna do some powder blush. I have 2 powder blushes here today. I do enjoy his powder blushes. I have the shade Desert Rose, and then I have the shade Mellow Mauve. And I know I have a peach, like a peachy shade of his. These actually look very similar. Do not buy these both. They're very, very similar. I'm gonna go in with Mellow Mauve today because it's a little bit more, it's got a little more peach to it, a little more warmth. And I'm gonna use my 112 brush to apply this. This is a matte blush, but it has light reflection. You can even see it in the pan. Do you see how when the light reflects it, it just gives a really pretty sheen? I love powder blushes like this. I'm not a big fan of powder blushes that have a lot of frost or shimmer to them. I find them too heavy, and I have more visible pores right here on the cheeks. So when I go in with a powder product that has a lot of metallic or shimmer, it just magnifies those pores. But I don't want a flat matte blush. I want the cheeks to be radiant, illuminated. I want them to look like a healthy glow. So when I look for powder blushes, I want them to have that really pretty kind of sheen. These have them. Jane Iredale's matte blushes have them. Okay, so I like to smile and kind of use the apple of my cheek as a guide. Look at how pigmented these are. They're really beautiful. And then kind of sweep upward to give the cheek a little bit of a lift and kind of blend out here in my temple. So pretty. Very pigmented, so be careful. I actually applied a little more than I would like, but that's okay. I think I got this blush in my eyeshadow palette. I don't want to take it to the cheek and then I have black eyeshadow. Okay, there we go. So pretty. That is so pretty. Thank you, Jessica. I agree. The foundation looks really good. It is a good one. And I think it's good for all skin types, honestly, because if you have dry skin, it's going to give a little bit of a glow and make the skin look healthy and kind of cut back any dullness in the skin. But if you have oily skin, this foundation is long wearing. I do remember it being very long wearing and looking good all day. And it's not overly shiny or radiant. Okay. All right, do you like the MAC Glow Play blushes? I do, Tracy. I like the way they look on the skin. I find them a little hard to pick up with brushes though, because they're like this interesting texture where they're not like a real rich cream, but they're not a powder either. And I find when I first get a product, I kind of have to break that seal to get it on the brush. And after a couple months, I noticed that they just doesn't pick up quite as well on the brushes. Stacy, BK brushes are such a game changer. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Stacy. That's the best compliment. I had the sweetest comment over the weekend too from a woman. She sent me, Margaret. I don't know if you're here, Margaret, but she sent me a picture of her face and she said that like her makeup was all done and it was beautiful. And she just said that she loves the brushes and the brushes make makeup applications so easy. I'm late. Glad you're still on. Oh, thanks for being here, Jennifer. Okay, what was the other blush color called? So it was Mellow Mauve and then the shade Desert Rose. Let me show you what that one looks like. Desert Rose, they're very similar. Let me show you. Okay, this is Mellow Mauve and this is Desert Rose. Okay, so this is Desert Rose. Hopefully that swatches for you. And this is Mellow Mauve. Mellow Mauve, Desert Rose. Very similar. You definitely don't need both of them. They're very, very close. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to eyes. Now I have this product from Makeup by Mario that I don't even know if they still sell them. Were we able to find this, the eye primer compact? Do they still make these?
They're on sale, I think, right now.
Oh, they are?
Sephora.
Okay, so Michelle said she thinks these are on sale. I bought this forever ago. It's probably expired to be honest, but this is the Master Eye Prep and Set Eye Primer Kit. When I first bought this, I thought this was a concealer palette, and I remember putting it on as concealer and complaining that it felt so dry. And then someone said, you know, that's not a concealer, it's an eye primer, which was so unique because we don't really see eye primers like this, right? So we're gonna use this eye primer today. It comes with 2 shades and then a powder to like set. I'm actually gonna go in with my finger because this formula is kind of drying out a little bit. I'm gonna mix the 2 and just take my my middle finger and really kind of work it into the product. And I'm just gonna sweep this on the eyelid. Now, to be honest, I don't love this product. I like a little creamier eye primer. But full face of makeup by Mario means we are using what we got. And I need an eye primer, so. Okay, there you go. A little more there. I will say if you have oily lids, this would be a great primer because it is a drier consistency. Okay, next I'm gonna take a little powder and I'm just gonna set the primer. I'm gonna go in with the N14, pick up a little bit of this powder and just lightly dust it all over the eye. Perfect, okay. Oh, Kelly, you're sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope I'm so happy to catch your live. Lisa, I don't have TikTok, so glad you're doing. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you're here too. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, I don't want you guys to ever feel. That's the thing about makeup. I love makeup, and I think over my journey, I've been on YouTube almost 11 years, and the Lisa 11 years ago, like definitely couldn't walk into a Sephora and not purchase like over purchase product. I'm at a place now where I love makeup, but I certainly don't feel the need to purchase more and more makeup. I do it because I'm here on, you know, these platforms and I want to share reviews and opinions about products. But my goal with my content is for you never to feel like you have to go out and buy the products that I'm using, because to be honest, you guys, all these products are very similar, right? You likely have 3 or 4 different things at home that are going to give you the same finish, the same look, right? So hopefully I try and just teach you guys technique and kind of what types of products to look for, but I never want you to think that you have to go out and buy everything I'm talking about. I used to be that girl that would watch, you know, creators' videos, and whatever they were using, I felt like I had to go and buy, and I bought a lot of products that I didn't need, you know? Okay, let's go in with eyeshadow. Now this is where it's gonna get a little tricky because I have 3 palettes. So I'm just gonna ask real quick and I want your all's opinion. Which palette would you like to see? Okay, so this is Ethereal Eyes. This is the Ethereal Eyes palette. Really beautiful, a good mix of mattes and shimmers, pretty neutral, pretty warm, really beautiful. I think this is a very wearable palette for most people, right? Then we have this one. This is the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight, which definitely is more cooler tone. You also have some shimmers and mattes, but very different vibe in terms of color. So you guys want the warmer or the cooler? Okay, we've got these 2 options. And then I've got one more palette that I'll incorporate into whichever one we go with. I'll incorporate this. This is the Master Mattes, the Neutrals. And I have another one of his, the one that's also all mattes, but it's a lot warmer. I couldn't find that one, but of the 2 Master Mattes palettes, this one is my favorite because I find the warmer one to be just really, really warm, where this one is cool, but you still have some shades in here that lean a little bit more neutral. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a real quick little pull. I see warmer, 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 warmer. I see a couple of cooler, but it looks like warmer is kind of the first one, which is the warmer. I have the original and the Moonlight, love them both. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go with warmer because I think that's the majority vote, and I do think overall people lean more towards warmer tone. So we're gonna work with this one right here. I'm gonna go in and, what brush am I gonna use? I can't believe I started this live without any brushes. What? Okay, I'm gonna use we're gonna go in with the 212, no, the 211. I'm trying to see if I have a 212. No, okay, we're gonna go in with the 211, you guys, which is this little crease brush right here. And this is a smaller crease brush, but it's fluffy. So even though it's smaller, it's gonna give you a lot of control, but it's still gonna blend out the eye really well. If you have smaller eyes or hooded eyes, this is really, really great. If you want a really fluffy, blown out crease, this one's not gonna do it. It's a little too tight. You definitely need something a little fuller like the 201 or the 202. But we're gonna start with this one, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I'm actually gonna mix these 2 shades because I kind of want a little mixture of these 2. All right, and I'm gonna start right out here in the outer corner and kind of sweep back and forth. Remember, the first place that you put your brush is where you're gonna deposit the most product. So whether it's eyeshadow or it's foundation or it's eyeliner, whatever you're working with, the first place you put that brush is where the most product is gonna go. So I always like to start in the outer corner of the eye, because if there's any part of the eye that I want to be a little darker or a little heavier, it's gonna be the outer corner, not the inner corner. So I always start there, and then I sweep back and forth just to kind of create that crease. Taking those 2 shades again, and I'm just gonna kind of drag it and bring it down to the lashes to connect it. So pretty. These are really nice, really good formula. I like when you find a matte that is easy to blend and not patchy. And these are nice. And they're not too pigmented. You get good pigment, but they're not too heavy and too hard to work with. I think there's a good balance of, I don't think having a lot of pigment is always the best in products. I think there are certain products that you actually don't want that, like specifically blushes. I don't like my blushes to be too pigmented. It makes them just harder to work with and easier to make mistakes. And the same thing with shadow. I like shadow. Obviously I don't want shadows to be sheer, but generally I don't like them to be too pigmented because then it's just harder to blend, easier to make more mistakes. Okay, that's good. All right, let me take a little. Do you feel the palette is worth the money? That's a good question. It is a beautiful palette. I think if you can see yourself wearing all the shades, the quality and the formulas are worth it. If you look at this palette and you're like, okay, I would wear those 3 or 4, then I don't think it's worth the money because this one is kind of pricey, right? Isn't this like $68 or it's like kind of upward of near 70, I think? Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a quick little peek and kind of see how the eyes look. I can definitely see that this eye has more shadow. Do you see how it just is a little heavier? So I'm gonna go and even them out. Okay, all right, perfect. Nikki LaRose always layers her cream and powder bronzers and blushes. Yes. Yeah, so Emily, that's a good technique. Layering, it's gonna, for longevity, layering them, you're gonna get longer wear out of them for sure. And I do if I have like a special event or if I need my makeup to, like if I'm going all out with my glam and I want my makeup to look amazing all day, or I have an event in the evening, I'm doing my makeup in the morning, I'll do that. My lifestyle and kind of day to day, is I'm putting makeup on in the morning to create content, and then I'm going to pick up my kids from school and I'm running them to basketball practice and to this and that. So my routine is a little bit more simple for day to day, but certainly layering them is a great trick to keep the products on all day for more longevity for sure. And Nikki's used to doing, glam makeup on her clients. A lot of her clients, she does very glam makeup on clients that have special events. So I think that style of makeup is definitely more than like I do on a day-to-day, but it's a really great hack. Thanks, Donna. Sorry, what brush are you using? I'm using the BK Beauty 211. It's a little tight crease brush. I'm going to show you in comparison. This is the BK Beauty 212. So the 212 is more full and a little larger. So this is going to apply eyeshadow in a more kind of sheer, kind of blown out way. Like if you're just trying to get a really diffused look, the 212 is great. If you want a little more precision, the 211 is great. And you can use them both. You can always start with the 202 to lay down that first color and then go in and add more definition with the 211. So I'm actually going to use the 212. I don't have any product on it, but I'm just going to use it to kind of soften out this a little bit. Perfect. Okay, let's go in and kind of darken up the outer corner. I'm going to dip over here into actually, let's stick with this palette. I want to use as much as I can out of this palette because this is the one you guys really wanted to see. I'm going to go in and grab a little bit of this shade right here. So I'm jumping up a few shades, but I'm still sticking in that same tone of like a warm neutral. And I'm going to show you guys a little trick. I'm going to grab the 207. This is a little dome brush. This was like a little hack that I used to teach when I worked at the mat counter 20 years ago. People always wanted to know how to get that look with eyeshadow where you're wearing multiple colors, but they're blended out in a way where it's soft, but there's still contrast. There's still separation between the dark and the light, but it's still soft and blended. So I would always show people this hack. So take a little dome brush like this or a little pencil brush and pick up the shadow that you want to use. I'm going to grab this, and I'm actually even going to grab this shade right here, even darker. So you save this trick for your really dark shadows that you're placing in the outer corner. I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm going to use this brush just to place that shadow. And you don't have to be perfect with this. It's going to be messy. It's going to look like you've made a mess, but don't worry. Okay, you're just using this brush to place. So I just kind of tap that right on the outer corner. It's not blended. It looks like a hot mess, but don't worry. Then you're going to go in with your blending brush. I'm going to take the 212, and I'm not going to add any product to this. I'm just taking a clean brush, fluffy brush. And then I'm just going to take the tip of this brush, and I'm just going to softly diffuse and blend out the edges of that shadow. Now, the reason I didn't take this brush and pick up that dark shadow and try and apply it with this brush is because this brush is big, and it's very likely I would have ended up with a lot of fallout, or I would have applied this darkness further over than I wanted to, and it would have made the eye look heavy and smaller. And I didn't want that. I wanted you to see this lightness with a little bit of dark out here. So using that smaller brush just to place it, and then using this clean brush to blend it out is the easiest little like eyeshadow training wheels technique that you can do. It's so easy. So I'm just gonna kind of diffuse that, and I'm really keeping my brush right on top of that shadow. So I'm not going all the way over. I'm really just staying in that one little area and just doing little tiny circles to just really soften out that edge. So you still have that contrast of light and dark, but it's much softer and prettier now, right? Let's go do the other side. So we go in with the dark color, and I'm even gonna grab this one right here. Okay, let me take a quick little look at comments. I love BKB brushes. I do have a question about what foundation brush I should order. I have the 109, but I feel it's too small. Should I go with the 101? You cannot go wrong with the 101, Candace. You can't. This is the 101, by the way. Let me see. This is actually a sample. It doesn't even have the label on it. This was a sample that we had. But, so if you're wondering where the label is, this was a production sample. But this is the 101 in size. I don't think I have a 109 here. Oh, I do. No, this is the 115. Okay, yep, okay. So this is the one you have. You have the 109. This is the 101. There is a step between it and the 115. So the 115 is larger than the 109, but not as big as the 101. You can't go wrong with either of these. I will say the 115 is gonna give you more coverage. So if you're someone that doesn't like full coverage, go with the 101. You can get full coverage from the 101, but you can also get, it's easier to get more natural coverage with the 101. The 115 is gonna give a lot more coverage because it's more dense. Okay, so we're just pressing, tapping that. Again, it's messy, it doesn't look good, that's okay. My goal here is just to get the shadow placed in the area that I want to blend it out. And then I'm going to go in with the 212 and just softly go in tiny little circles to blend out that edge. So I have a really pretty airbrushed edge. So pretty. Do you see what this does? It just gives the most beautiful, gives you that really beautiful glammed, you know, 3-4 eyeshadow look, but everything's blended together. And if you notice, I'm kind of starting with light to dark shades. So I don't go in with the darkest shade first. I kind of build up to that. If I were to go in first with that dark shade and I didn't do that first step that we did in the crease, it just wouldn't have that same pretty soft airbrush effect. It would just look a little harsh and not as blended. Okay, let's go in and add some color on the lid to kind of make the lid pop. Honestly, I love this. I could pop on a little liner, a little mascara, and this would be, I'd be done for the day. But we're gonna go in and we're gonna use one of these shimmer shades here. Let me see which one we should use. I think we're gonna use this one right here. These shimmer shades are pretty sheer. So I do want to say that if you're like, someone asked earlier if this palette was worth it, it's important to know that these shimmer shades, they're more like shadow toppers. They look like they have a lot of color, but when they go on the skin, they're actually pretty sheer. So they give really beautiful shine. And they're beautiful to like lay on top of eyeshadow, but they're not going to really provide a whole lot of color. So for that reason, let's actually go in and add a little bit of shadow on the, we're going to add this color right here. I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna kind of pack this onto the inner corner of the lid. It's a really pretty soft peach, so pretty. And then from there, we're gonna top on one of the shimmer shadows. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with, the same brush. This is the BK Beauty 209, and I load the brush up. Do you see how I load it up? I'm gonna tap off a little excess, and I'm just gonna kind of press this right here on the lid. Your finger will work great here too. You guys, this brush works great because it's a tiny little size and it's dense, but you can also use your finger. And I'm just packing it on. Look how pretty that is, so pretty. So pretty, I love this. But it's definitely sheer. So if you're expecting like full opaque shimmers, these are not it. Okay, so pretty. That's so pretty. Love that. Okay, let me take a second and look at comments. Do you have a recommendation for a good eyeshadow palette that's not too pigmented and more soft colors that are easier to blend? Thank you, Nora. good recommendation for a good eyeshadow palette that's not too pigmented and more soft colors are easier to blend. Gosh, let me, I'm trying to think of what, okay, I have a brand in mind. I can't think of a specific palette that they have, but I'm just thinking of a brand that makes shadows like that. Chantecaille makes shadows like that. They are a small fortune though. They're very, very high end, but their shadows are truly very soft and very easy to build up and very easy to work with. Honestly, MAC has so many formulas. I would look at their satin eyeshadows. MAC's satin formula eyeshadows are very easy to blend. They're not too pigmented, and they have a little bit of a pearl to them, so it gives a softer look when you do blend them out. I would look for satin eyeshadows versus matte or frosh shadows because they're just gonna be a little more forgiving and easier to blend. Okay, let's get some liner on, you guys. Let me kind of wipe away any fallout. I don't think I have much. Thanks, Lacey. I'm getting so many compliments on my sweatshirt. I love it. Okay. I have two eyeliners. So I have a felt tip pen from Makeup by Mario the Black, but we're not going to use that. We're going to use one of the pencils. I have two shades. I have the shade Perfect Brown, and then I have the shade Soft Brown. I already owned Soft Brown, and I couldn't find it, so I went to Sephora to purchase one. This is what Soft Brown looks like. It's really kind of a warm reddish brown. And this is Perfect Brown. Perfect Brown is a little richer. So this is what a brand new one looks like in terms of the shape. And I like that they come with sharpeners. When you buy their pencils, I bought a lip pencil and an eye pencil yesterday, and they both came with sharpeners. And this is what is this, Perfect Brown? This is what Perfect Brown. So Perfect Brown, it almost looks black, and Soft Brown. I'm gonna do Soft Brown, you guys. That's what I'm feeling like today. Very creamy, very pigmented. And it has a little brush on the end, which I actually appreciate, you guys. I appreciate the brush more so than the little sponge tips. I'm not gonna use it because, you know, I make BK Beauty brushes, but I think that the brush would be an easier thing to work with than like the felt tip ends. All right, let me get a clean sharpen on this so that it's nice and fresh. I don't have my Persona pencil sharpener with me. If you were on my live last week and I was oh, this did a pretty good job. It still doesn't beat my Persona though. My Persona sharpener is the best. All right, so we're gonna go in and I'm gonna lay this. I'm gonna start in the center of the lid. I'm gonna lay it on its side and I'm just gonna softly sketch a little line, getting a little bit thicker as we get out here to the outer corner. Again, this line doesn't have to be perfect because this shadow is so creamy that it's gonna give me time to smudge this and perfect this, okay? So the goal again right now is just getting that product on the skin. Then I'm gonna go in right away and I'm gonna take my N12 brush. This is my favorite brush for liner. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna grab this shadow right here and I'm gonna load it up on both sides, tap off the excess. And I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna kind of press it right on top of that eyeliner. Press it and then kind of smudge it upward. So this is gonna give me a thicker line, but it's also gonna give me a softer line. So even though it's thicker, it's okay because it's still soft. And it's really concentrated to that outer corner of the eye. So it's not closing the eye off. Oh, look at that. Is that not so beautiful? Oh, gets me excited. This type of liner I love. I feel like it's just so flattering. So pretty. I love this way over a really defined liquid black liner. I love this look. I still have definition, but it's softer and smokier and just overall, I just think it looks better. Okay, let's go in and do the other side. Made it to my first live. Welcome, Leslie. I'm glad you're here. I have to go. Okay, bye, Jerry. Have a good day. I hope I see you next week. Grace, I do love the Urban Decay pencils. They are great. The 24/7, I think is what they're called, glide-on pencils. I love those. A few shades that I love are Bourbon. They have a shade called Bourbon that's bronze and it's got a little shimmer to it, and I love that one. Those are great. Highly recommend those too. Also love the Trish McAvoy gel liners. Those are some of my favorites. They have a shade called Deep Aubergine that I like, and they're also very creamy like this. Okay, so again, you guys, the goal here is just to get the product on the eye. You can see that I'm kind of layering it because I want enough product there that I can move it and manipulate it. Again, we're gonna go in with the N12, load that brush up. And then, okay, so look at the difference. Do you see how this is just stronger and harsh and this is just softer and smokier? We're going for this. So we're gonna take that shadow and we're just gonna press it into the eyeliner. You really can't mess this up, you guys. It's so easy. It really, really is. It just gives that really beautiful, smoky, diffused look to the liner. And you can even kind of blend this into that outer corner. That's the beauty of having that darker outer corner, is that it allows you to do this and you really can't mess it up. Perfect. Oh, so good. So, so pretty. Okay, let's see. Made it to my first live. Yay, welcome, Lori. This palette looks so much like the Natasha owner. I need a nude. Oh, okay, sorry, I guess that was a typo. I need a nude. Yeah, that's a good one. If I had to pick between the two, I'd probably do the Natasha, honestly, if you're looking between the two. You would not look like a hot mess, Emily. You got to try it. Just try it. The beauty about makeup is you can remove it. It's not like hair dye or anything, right? I used to, when I was just getting into makeup, I remember sitting down at my vanity and just doing my makeup for like 2 hours and trying different things, and it was so fun. Okay, all right, you guys, next let's do the lower lash line. I'm going to, you know what, I'm gonna use the soft brown pencil because it is not too dark. It's this color right here. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on the outer corner of the eye, just a little bit. Not much. And then I'm gonna go in with my N12, and I'm actually gonna take a shimmer shadow. Let's take this one right here. Let's take this brown shimmer. We haven't used that one yet. And we're just gonna smoke that out a little bit. It's too much. Okay, I don't want to take that too far over. That's even a little heavier than I want to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a clean brush. This is a tiny little clean brush, this tiny little crease brush. It's the A502 from the Angie brush. Any little crease brush will work though. And it's clean. I'm just gonna soften it and just kind of soften that line a bit. Perfect. So pretty. I love it. I'm gonna look extra glam today. Okay, and if you notice, I'm doing one eye at a time. And the reason for that is because I don't want the liner to dry down. You have to work with it while it's still creamy, because once it dries down and set, you're not gonna be able to like manipulate it and smoke it out as much. So one eye at a time is best, you guys. Okay, and again, I'm gonna take that little brush and we're just gonna smoke it out. Oh, this is so pretty. I have to say, these eyeshadow gives a really beautiful effect with that shimmer. It's very, very like high-end looking. The shimmer on it is just very, it's just because it's not a heavy shimmer. It's a sheer shimmer, which is really nice. Okay, let me read a few questions. My graduation party is tomorrow, and I love the way, oh, thank you. I'm graduating to become an English teacher. Congratulations. How exciting. Wow, graduation. That's a huge milestone. Congratulations. If you have deep set eyes, can you still use eyeliners? Yes, Janice. I would keep, again, focus that eyeliner right on the outer corner though. Don't go too far over, because it's gonna make the eye look heavier and more deep set if you line the entire eye. And concentrate on putting lightness here in the inner corner too. That's gonna kind of bring the eyes forward. Okay, so let's go in and, you know, does Makeup by Mario have mascara? I did not see a mascara. I don't have a mascara. I don't have mascara from Makeup by Mario, and I'm sure I would have purchased one. He must have mascara. I think I've just dropped the ball there. Okay.
He has like a brow gel.
A brow gel, but no mascara. Okay. Did you guys know Makeup by Mario does not have mascara? Is that for real? I can't believe that. He needs a mascara. Okay, I might have to go grab a mascara. Michelle, do you mind grabbing one for me? I have it on, you don't have to go in the bathroom with the dogs. I have it in by my little vanity in front of the window. There's some makeup bags, and I know there's a mascara in there. One of these days I'm gonna catch these lives as soon as they start. I hope you do, Misty. The good thing I like about YouTube lives is they save, you know, they don't disappear like on TikTok. Okay, now that I have eye makeup on, I feel like I need more blush. Don't you guys think I need more blush? So I'm just gonna take a little more blush. This is Desert Rose, actually. This is the different shade. Ooh, maybe not that much blush. Well, we're gonna have to go back and fix that. Okay, so I applied too much blush. What do? What you do is you take your foundation brush. This is the 106, and I'm just gonna press it and work it in over the area that I need to minimize and tone down. I've done this forever, like just taken a foundation brush at the end of my application and just bounced it all over the face when I'm done with my makeup to soften things. And I saw Lisa, I think it was Lisa Eldridge, she did a video, I don't know if it was recent or a while back, thank you so much, where she was talking about this tip of taking a foundation brush after you've done your all makeup and blotting it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is such a, I do that, you know, it's such a great tip. So if you're not doing that, try that after you've applied your entire makeup. Just take a clean brush or whatever you use to apply your foundation and just kind of blot it around your blush or on your bronzer just to make everything very seamless. Ooh, Michelle grabbed my current favorite mascara of the week. This is the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal mascara. I think this is a brand new mascara, you guys. I actually did a fun little project with L'Oreal. I filmed 3 videos that are gonna go up on their YouTube channel. And so they sent me a bunch of product, and I'm pretty sure this is a brand new product. This mascara is so good. You guys are gonna see this in action. It gives length, volume, and it has this smoothing technology to where it gives the lashes a very smooth, soft look. It's really pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and first curl the lashes with the BK Beauty Lash Curler. Just kind of give a little pump. Go to the other side. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with the mascara. How do you prep your skin before makeup? Really good skincare. And I use, like, my products kind of change. There are some skincare products that I continuously use and they've been in my routine for years. And then the brands will kind of cycle out, but I always use a essence, like a very lightweight lotion, toning lotion. It almost feels and looks like water, but it's moisturizing. That's the first product that I use. Then I go in, well, actually, let's look at this mascara real quick. Then I go in with a hyaluronic serum, and then I go in with my moisturizer. And then after that, I'll go and apply my tinted SPF, and then I'm ready for a foundation. Okay, look at this mascara. It gives so much volume, great length. It doesn't clump. It separates really well. The wand is nice and skinny, so you can really get in every little corner, like the inner corner here, or kind of pull out and fan out the lashes on the outer corner. It's not messy. It's so good. Isn't that so good? That is just mascara, no lash primer. So good. This is the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal Mascara. It's good, you guys. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge throughout the day. Look at that, so good. The lash curler will be my next purchase. Yay, Tracy. We're actually doing a special. I'll kind of tell you guys about it first. Next week on the 10th, we're rolling out a little promotion, so it will include the lash curler. Okay, so I just placed it right here on the base of the lashes, kind of wiggle back and forth and pull up. This is a pretty new tube. Like I've been using it for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but it doesn't seem to be drying out quickly. It's not a real dry or thick formula. And you can put a little bit on your lower lashes. I would just not apply too much because it does build pretty quickly. And I personally don't like to have a heavy mascara look on the lower lashes, just a little bit to kind of balance out the lashes. So just be careful not to over apply because it does build up quickly and you don't want to have too heavy mascara down there. Perfect. Okay. Hi, Manuela. Thank you, Stacy. Tip on how to keep from getting mascara on your eyelid. Good question, Annette. So there are mascaras I think that are just easier to work with than others. Like if a mascara has a very fat, chunky wand, I'm likely to make more of a mess with that. But tips are just like, I always place it at the base of my lashes and close my eye. And I apply most of my mascara when my eyes are closed like this. And I just wiggle the wand back and forth right at the root of the lashes. And what I'm doing is I'm getting as much product off of this wand to the base of the lash. Once I have that done, then I'll just pull it up and I'll raise my brows. That way, you know, my lids aren't sinking close to the mascara. I'll raise my brows and I'll just comb that product through. And I find that you can build your lash quickly that way, which is going to limit the opportunities for you to make a mess. If you do make a mess, because I still make mascara messes on my lids. If you do, refrain and let it sit there and dry for several minutes. Mascara is really designed to adhere to lash hair, but not skin. So you'll find that with most mascaras, I would say 8 out of 10 mascaras, if it dries on the skin, just take the brush that you used for eyeshadow, whatever brush that was, and honestly, just dust it back and forth and that mascara will flake off the skin and you won't mess up your eye makeup and you won't have a smudge of mascara anywhere. But if you go in too soon when it's still wet, that's when you have trouble. So refrain from the urge to clean it up right away. Okay, you guys, let's go on to lips. You guys are so sweet. Thank you, Sammy. Finally caught a live. Love your brushes. Thanks, Regina. I'm glad you guys are here. We are kind of mixing up locations today. We're doing the live out of my house. We've done it out of my studio and then out of the BK office. We did it out of the BK office last week. I think the consensus was the noise was a little distracting because we fulfill all of our orders there. So far, we're smooth sailing here at my house. Okay, next let's move on to lips. I went and purchased my one of my newfound favorite lip liners from Makeup by Mario. Where is it? I purchased it yesterday. Where'd you go? Here you are. This is the lip liner in the shade Rich Mauve. I think is the name of this. Yes, Rich Mauve. I got this in the Sephora January birthday gift. They had the option to get like the birthday gift for a little mini Makeup by Mario lip liner and then a little mini like lip balm, and it had this shade in it. It's a tiny little thing, and I love this color. So I went out and purchased the full size. It has a little brush on one side, which is actually really nice, a great little tool to kind of smudge out your liner. It also comes with a sharpener. I love this formula, very pigmented, very creamy, and I love this shade. This shade reminds me of like Mac Whirl and Mac Spice blended together. Those two lip liner shades are like perfect universal shades, and this is like both of them together. Look at how pretty that is. I didn't even put much pressure and I get a beautiful line. I mean, just kind of blot them together. I did have a little bit of lip balm on my lips, so my lips are a little hydrated. And I'm slightly overlining at the top. Okay, and then you can use the little brush to soften the lip line. I think we're seeing a lot of blurred lip trends right now, so where we don't see these really harsh shaped lip lines, but more of a soft blurring look. So you can use your finger for that. You can use this brush. This is also going to help with the lip color stain on your lips all day. So taking whatever liner you're using and just kind of blending it into the lips will keep the color on all day. Okay, and for lip products, I have a few lip products from Makeup by Mario, so I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on them. We have these new Super Shine lip glosses. I think I bought 3 shades, but I can only find these 2. These are nice. I wouldn't repurchase them again. High shine, they feel great on the lips, but there's virtually like no color to them. So, I mean, this is the pink one. It's so sheer. And you can imagine just after like 20 minutes on the lips, the color kind of disappears and they just really look clear. This is this one right here. So super, super sheer. They're nice, but honestly, they're so, I mean, I feel like lip glosses, it's not hard to find a good feeling and high shine gloss. You know, e.l.f. makes great ones. So I wouldn't really purchase these again simply because, you know, after 20 minutes, they're essentially clear on the lips. This product from Makeup by Mario, I do love though. These are the Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serums. Balms. It's like a little glossy balm chapstick. These are really great. I'll apply this one in a minute because I actually want to do a lipstick, but this is the shade Rose Glow. This is actually what I had on my lips when I started the tutorial, and they have a pretty good amount of pigment. It's right there. Really beautiful, high shine. They're very, very soft. So when you apply these on the lips, you don't want to put a lot of pressure because you'll end up with chunks of product on the lips. You just kind of want to dab and blot the lip. But these are nice. They feel great and I love them. And then we also have this like lip velvet product. What is this called? This is the Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Cream. This is the shade Nude Suede. And these are very, very pigmented and they're kind of like this soft matte look on the lips. This is like full on matte, you know, velvety matte finish, full pigment. They feel a little heavier on the lips, but for a matte product, they're not drying. These are great if you like this type of formula. And then we have the lipstick, and this is the shade Midtown. This is the Super Satin Lipstick. And I bought this weeks ago, and I haven't even used it. It's brand new. So we're gonna use this one today. Ooh, this is nice. I'm a sucker for lipsticks. I went into Nordstrom yesterday because someone asked me to review the new Clinique foundation as an SPF 50. So I went to Nordstrom looking for it. They didn't have it. But I ended up buying like 6 Clinique lipsticks that all look the same, but they're like varying. One's a little more peach, one's a little more pink. I'm a sucker for lipsticks, but I thought this lip shade looks so beautiful. Look how pretty that looks. And it's very pigmented. You have a little bit of shine, but it's not glossy. This is the shade Midtown, so let's apply this. I haven't tried the new MAC Nude lipsticks. I need to. Okay. Let's go in. Ah, that's pretty. Okay, this color is a little a little more muted than I was expecting it to look on my lips. Like on the hand, it looks a little pinkier, and on the lips, it looks a little more muted, right? But I think it's nice. That's pretty. It feels very good, very pigmented. Feels very comfortable on the lips. Someone's coming to my door. That's fine. I don't think it'll be a bother. Okay, then I'm gonna take a little bit of the lip pencil and I'm just going to kind of add a little more definition and kind of deepen the lip color a little bit. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. Okay, you guys, we are done. Thanks, Annette. I think it looks good. Yeah, at first I felt like it was a little too drab, but once I added a little more lip liner, I think it balanced out really well. Okay, you guys, so that is the full look. I love the way that it came out. Again, we're gonna have all the products in the description box. They'll be listed, linked in with the shade names, and then we'll also have them on YouTube shopping. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks, Grace. Okay, we need to pick a winner for, we went a little over time. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so Maria's here. She's gonna randomly scroll and find someone at random to pick for our winner. I'm gonna announce the winner, and then if you can email me at vip@bkbeauty.com. Email me pretty quickly, if you can email me within the next couple hours with the best shipping address, and we'll get your order out to you. Okay, Maria. Everyone's talking about my sweatshirt. Thanks, guys. Let me show you. Everyone's talking about my sweatshirt, so I have to show you. So look at this. It has these little this little zipper right here. It's very discreet, but it has it on both sides. Look, and you can just put your hand in there. Paul and I go on hikes a lot in the morning with the girls. Just put your hands in there. Isn't it cute? I actually ordered it in black this morning. I love it. I'm wearing a size 4. It's a little short. It's not cropped, but it's not like an oversized sweatshirt. Okay, who's the winner?
Congratulations to Adrian F.
Adrian F. Adrian, congratulations. You are our winner. So shoot me an email at VIP. If you can drop a comment too, just to know that you're here and that you know that you won. And then if you can email us at vip@bkbeauty.com. That way we can get your goodies to you. And I'm going to send you a box of some of my PR products and then also BK Beauty products. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you guys for being here. Y'all are the best. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, you guys. So I will see you guys next week. I hope that y'all have a fantastic week. Again, thanks for hanging out with me and bearing with me in the first few minutes of this live when I couldn't have my act together. All right, you guys. What size am I wearing? I'm wearing a size 4. I'm wearing a size 4. Adrian, did you hear that you won? I don't know if you heard that you won yet. You're the winner. Adrian and I are connected on Instagram too, so yay! Okay, Adrian, shoot me your address and I will get your goodies sent out to you. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I hope you have a fabulous day and I will see y'all later. Bye!